What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and let's get this over with. So, there's still 2 minutes left in the game, but frankly, I've seen enough to talk about it with some confidence that Klinsmann has no clue what he's doing. But this is the first time I can officially say it wasn't 100% Klinsmann. There are clearly some issues beyond just his decisions today, but let's start with his decisions today, because starting off, you start with the same lineup that you had against Mexico, where you lost. You're at home against Mexico, you went down 1-0 in the first half, so let's use that same lineup against Costa Rica away. Of course you're going to lose. You couldn't beat Mexico at home. You're not going to beat Costa Rica away with the same lineup. You got to make some changes. You have to change something, anything. The only thing he did is he started with a 4-4-2, something like that. He started with a 4-4-2 today instead of the 3-5-2 or whatever. That's the only change he made. That's not enough. The personnel has to change. The fact that Bradley and Chandler are still out there doesn't make any sense to me. So that was stupid. The fact that he started with the same lineup, and then in the second half, you don't make a change until they score their second goal. Your 60th minute, a change should happen. You're down a goal, you should make a change at 60. The only time I've seen this work where you don't make the change at 60 when you're losing, I saw it work for Conte at Chelsea one time this year. And it's because we have better players at Chelsea. We don't have those type of players here. We don't have the players that, even though we're losing by a goal, we don't have the players that are going to make the difference. We don't have the players that can push and do something about it. So the change should happen at 60. But instead, he waits and waits. And then they score the second goal. And then what does he do? He takes off Christian Pulisic. The one player that was creating chances for us. That's smart. And the funny thing is, and I'll talk about this more in a second, but Pulisic didn't see much of the ball today. Like, we played a lot on the right side. The little bit that he did were our best chances. And yet you're going to take him off the field and put on Gooch, who, frankly, in my opinion, hasn't proven himself because he's playing for Sunderland. I mean, really? I'm trying to make sure nothing else is happening. But seriously, and then you bring on Zusi, and just, at that point, it's just like, okay, yeah, you've pretty much given up on the game. Who really cares at this point? You're throwing out Zusi. He's not going to do anything about it. I don't understand his decisions today, and it makes me wonder if he even wants this job anymore. Because it kind of feels like this is his I'm done game. You lose 2-1 against Mexico at home for the first time in a long time. You lose your first home game in the World Cup qualifiers in a very long time. And then you come here, you're expected to put on some kind of result. You're expected to at least try. And then you lose 4-0. That's not good enough. That is firing potential right there. And of course they're not going to because, he's done so much for us and the blah, 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 blah. We lost 4-0 to Costa Rica. Game just ended. That's not good enough. And the decisions that he's making prove he's not doing anything about it. He's not making the necessary changes. He's not doing anything to make us a better team. It's just the same old shit. Week after week, game after game, it's just the same. I'm not seeing any change. The only bright thing is that some of the youth is finally starting to show. And even then, he's not utilizing them effectively because the people he has around, you look at Pulisic, he needs somebody that he can combine with. Without Kljestan in there, because Bradley can't combine, Jones can't combine, Wood is the only one that kind of can, but that's not enough. Wood doesn't have enough of the intelligence to play the quick little 1-2. He doesn't understand that well enough to be able to combine with Pulisic. You need somebody in there like Kljestan who can do that. And the fact that Kljestan didn't even play over these 2 games shows he has no clue. He has lost his sense of what to do to get a result. So that's all I'm going to say about Klinsmann. I've already expressed my frustration for him in the past. I don't know what else I can say. I don't know what else we can do to just figure out something different. Because it's the same old stuff with Klinsmann. It's the same old disappointment. It's just I don't think we're not going to qualify for World Cup, but there is a question of will we qualify well, or are we just going to barely make it in? I prefer that we qualify well and be pretty much show we're here. We're going to actually make a run in this World Cup. Right now, from what I'm watching, even if we do qualify, we're probably not going to make it out the group stage with results like this. So that's all for Klinsmann. On to individual performances. Guzan in goal. Pretty much what I expect out of Guzan. He makes some good saves. He doesn't make some saves that he should. He's no Tim Howard. That's Howard. You expect him to make some of those incredible saves that you're just like, there's no way he's going to save that, and then he makes the save. That's what Howard does. Guzan is like, he should make that save. He doesn't. Oh, he's not going to make that save. He does. Oh, okay. He's just an average keeper. He's not anything special. He's not anything that's going to, win us a game. But he's a decent backup for Howard, I guess. But a lot of our problems, honestly, you look at our back line tonight. Besler, he's officially put in a case for me that, as much as I hate to say it, Fabian Johnson needs to be at left back. I love Johnson on the wings. I think he's a good winger. But after watching Besler over these past 2 games, Johnson needs to be that left back behind Pulisic so he can combine with him. And he does so much better than Besler does. Besler get caught stepping out. His passes aren't that great. His long balls are going out of bounds instead of down the line. I don't know why Klinsmann decided to change that. Why he decided to change Johnson from the left back position specifically for these 2 games. Because honestly, Johnson was playing well there. As much as I wanted to see him at wing, he was doing well in this left back position. So why did he change him? And now Besler is just not good enough. He's not good enough to play that position well. And they're saying he's more of a center back. Well, maybe try him there, but he's not. He is not a left back. Brooks, I don't even know what to say. Brooks is a great defender. He is probably the closest to a world-class defender that we've had in a long time at the U.S. He did not show it tonight. He was easily the worst player we had in the field. Completely to blame for the first goal. Gave away the ball and then didn't track the man as he made a free header at the front post. Third and fourth goals, both of them, third goal, bad touch, right to Campbell, gets megged. Campbell's in on goal. Second one, not tracking Campbell as he runs in behind, through on goal, doesn't even sprint back to try to stop him, just kind of jogs back. I don't know what happened to him tonight. I don't know where his head was at, but he was probably the worst I've ever seen Brooks play. Now, I haven't seen him a whole lot, but I just don't know what happened tonight. And this is a player that I expect to be up there, to be doing everything he can, and he didn't show it, and it's very strange. On the other side of him, Gonzalez, I thought he had a great first half. He had to cover for Brooks a lot. He had to make a lot of last-ditch tackles that saved us a couple times. The second half just kind of got caught napping several times, got caught stepping out, and then all of a sudden Brooks is the last defender and Gonzalez is nowhere near close enough. So, the second half, I don't think anybody really played well, but he is one that I think the first half he did well enough to keep us in the game. I'm just disappointed he couldn't keep it through the second half. Chandler, not a player. I don't understand. I don't know what Yedlin did. They said that, according to Klinsmann, he didn't see enough from Yedlin in the international friendlies. Surely he saw more than what Chandler gave tonight. I mean, going forward, he doesn't bring you anything, which he went forward way too much anyway. He's a fullback, not a wingback, and yet, there he goes. The first goal, even though Brooks should have tracked the man, it all starts because Chandler steps all the way out to midfield as a fullback, and then there's nobody covering him behind him because he should be covering that space. So now it's a ton of free space for a free cross into the middle. That's on him, and he just gets caught out so many times, and he's not fast enough, he's not strong enough, he ducks out of a challenge every now and then. I don't understand why he played both of these games. I don't understand. At least Yedlin could bring speed. Chandler doesn't bring anything. Like, I don't get why Chandler played. And as frustrating as it is, it's just kind of another, like I said, Klinsmann doesn't understand what's going on. For some reason, he doesn't see that. He didn't see anything from the last match against Mexico, any of the problems that Chandler had, any of the issues stepping out way too far, not tracking back, losing the ball, not getting stuck in on a challenge, not being fast enough to get the ball. All these problems that he has with his game, for some reason Klinsmann doesn't see any of this, and he just plays him again. And once again, Chandler does awful. So, really frustrated there. Into the midfield, Jones and Bradley again. Jones, as much as I love the effort he puts in, as much as I love the work he puts in the midfield defensively, he's not good enough on the ball. He cannot play simply. There's so many times where it's just play the ball there, and he tries to do something fancy, loses it. He tries to dribble somebody, loses it. On the ball, he's not good enough. Bradley, I would say defensively, had a better game than he did against Mexico. But once again, offensively, just nowhere near what you expect from your playmaker in the midfield. You want somebody that can move the ball, who can pass the ball effectively, and frankly, Bradley's not that player. He loses the ball constantly. He tries these fancy passes, these fancy long balls that end up getting picked off. I just don't understand why he's still there, why he's still trying these passes when he can't do it. It's frustrating. It's kind of, what's the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Is Bradley insane or is Klinsmann insane? Maybe both of them. I don't know, but either way, he's not good enough to be in that midfield. It doesn't matter that he did more defensively tonight because Jones already does good defensive work. You don't need another midfielder who's going to do that defensive work when you've already got one. You need a midfielder who's going to be able to move the ball well, and he can't do that. On the wings, Johnson just kind of had an average game for me. He had the ball a lot, and he didn't do anything with it. It was always, giving it to Chandler or giving it to Bradley. So, I don't know. I feel like he can do more than he has done in these past two games. Because he's a good player, but I don't know. Maybe he needs to go back to defense and just kind of build from there. Because whenever he got the ball tonight, it just felt like he should do something with it. And instead, he's just kind of playing these simple passes and kind of keeping possession. But at the same time, like I said, when you're giving it to Bradley or Chandler, you're asking to give it away. Pulisic, like I said, for some reason tonight, all of our attacks came from the right side of the field. Like, it felt like every single time we get the ball, it'd go to the right side. If it went out to Pulisic, he'd play it back, and all of a sudden Beasler would turn around, pass it around the back, and then they'd just go all the way around to Chandler, who then would lose it. And that's all it felt like. It felt like, oh, let's go this way, and then we lose it. And then we get to the left side, we move it around a little bit, back out to the right side, we lose it. And then there are times whenever we go through the middle, we'd get it out to Pulisic on the left, he'd beat a defender, cut it inside, we'd have a chance. Like I said, you look at the possession stats, which I don't know if this is actually true, but it felt like you look at our total possession, at least 80% had to be going down the right side of the field, which means maybe 15 to 20% on the... Don't drink soda before a review, it's not good. But 15 to 20% is on the left side of the field, and yet during that 15 to 20%, we created probably the most chances. 4 or 5 chances were on the right side. We may have created one, I don't remember it, but I just don't understand why we kept going to Chandler. We kept going to Johnson. We kept going outright, and that's where all of our problems came from. We went out left, we kept the possession. We got a chance. I don't understand why they couldn't see that, why nobody could look at that and say, okay, we need to start attacking the left side more. We hardly ever attacked it. And I don't know why. I don't understand why they can't see this. These are professional soccer players. These are not kids that need help figuring stuff out. They should be able to see that. They should be able to see where we're most dangerous when we get Pulisic the ball. Let's try to get him the ball. Instead, it's just, we went that way. He gave us the ball back. Let's go that way now. Why? Move the ball around. And to be fair, part of that is the balls to him weren't great. Brooks kept trying to get that long ball to him, and he kept getting picked off by defenders because you don't send a long ball to Pulisic. He's not going to win a ball in the air. You get it to him at his feet on the ground, give him a chance to turn the defender, do something clever with it. But no, just send the long ball to him. Oh, he lost the header. We should go down the right side next time. It doesn't make any sense. Up front, Wood and Altidore. Wood had a few good moments. Had some chances where he's beating the defender with speed or with strength. Did fairly well, just didn't have the ball enough. Altidore did nothing pretty much the entire game. I really don't understand why he's still up there at the end of the game because, frankly, the only thing I can remember him doing was there was one time in the second half where he cleaned out a guy, which the only reason that I appreciated that was because the ref kept calling these little simple fouls where there's just like nothing really in it, and the Costa Rica player goes down clutching his leg like he just got shot in the leg or something, and he kept calling all those little fouls. So it was nice to see Altidore give them an actual foul to call. But that's the only thing he did throughout the entire game. The rest of it was just he's not involved, he's not keeping the ball well enough, he's not moving well enough up top because you need movement up there to get the ball to him, and he's just kind of standing there. Wood's the only one moving, but one person moving is not enough to beat 4 defenders. So all that Gooch and Zusi, they didn't really. Gooch had one thing that I saw late on. He almost had a chance, but then it went out for a goal kick. So I'm really frustrated because not because we lost. It was kind of expected. Costa Rica's a good team. This is a way we've never won at Costa Rica. It's not like I was expecting us to win, but I was expecting a better performance. I was expecting a more, passionate performance. What I saw tonight was same old crap. Klinsmann's same old thing, just put out the same lineup, same old mistakes, same old Bradley, same old Chandler. And nothing. No change, no fight, no adaptability. It was all just, okay, let's go down the right side. We lost it. Let's go down the right side. We lost it. Let's go down the right side. We lost it. Let's go down the left side. Oh, we had a chance. Let's go down the right side. It doesn't make any sense. And Klinsmann's changes, not playing Kljestan, not playing Yedlin, I don't understand all of it. All of it just amounts to we look terrible. We look like a third-rate team. We look like a Trinidad and Tobago. We look like one of those little CONCACAF teams that aren't really going to do anything, that may get lucky to qualify. And I don't want us to be that. We have enough talent in our youth. We have enough talent in our, really all around. We have one of the deepest squads we've had in a while. I was reading an article about this. You really look at all the talent we have overseas playing in these really top-level leagues, we should not be losing to any team 4-0. The only team that should be beating us 4-0 would be a team like Germany. And that's just because Germany's that good. We should not be being beaten 4-0 by Costa Rica. That should not happen. So the fact that it is tells me Klinsmann doesn't get it. And these players, they just don't care. And it's frustrating to watch players like Jones, players like Pulisic, players like Wood give their all. Gonzalez in the first half give his all. And then players like Bradley just give the ball away. Players like Chandler, get the ball to him, and then he tries to dribble somebody and loses it. Players like Beasler, he has the ball, and then he just kicks it out of bounds instead of down the line. And it's all so simple. It all feels like I'm looking at it, and I see the problems. I see where our problems are. I see where we can make little changes and at least be competitive. But Klinsmann, he doesn't see any of it. All he sees is, I've got this team out here. I trust this team. These are experienced players, experienced in losing. I don't understand why he doesn't see any of this. So, all in all, not at all what I wanted, obviously, but also just not nearly enough as far as performance goes. Loss, whatever. If it's a 1-0 loss away, I can deal with it. At least we held them to 1. If it's a 3-2 loss, at least we put something going forward. 4-0 just tells me our defense was crap and we didn't have anything going forward. And that's pretty much what this game was. So maybe Klinsmann will make some changes. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll get sacked. Who knows? But right now, I'm frustrated, and I don't know what else to say. I wish I could call up Klinsmann and just tell him all of this, but obviously I can't. So this is my best avenue. Just rant about it on YouTube. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with me? What did you prefer you want to change? What do you want to see change for the next one? Do you think Klinsmann should be sacked? All that. Let me know. We can talk about it, discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future USA reviews, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.